And good evening and welcome. It's time for high school football from Laredo, Texas. Along with Football Fred, I'm Scott Harrison. Vinny Berry is our videographer, and it's non-district action. The host team is the United South Panthers, coached by Joe Koss. They are 0-4 in non-district action. They are in 36A. By the way, we're at the SAC Student Activity Center. Weslaco Panthers, they're 4-0 non-district action. They kick their district schedule off in 2 weeks against Harlingen. They're in 32-6A, coached by Roy Stroman, that is. And of course, this is going to be a good test for them tonight. The Panthers from United South, they have lost to some pretty good schools, including PSJ North, who beat them 26-21. And of course, North last night beat Vela in quite a matchup. Football Fred, one of the keys tonight for Weslaco is the injury bug. Can they get by it? They've got some key skill players out.
Yeah, that bug's traveling all the way to Laredo, down all the way to Weslaco. Mikai Jones out with an ankle. Jeremy Bettis is out, just concussion protocol. Cesar Gomez, of course, had a season-ending injury with a leg. And then, of course, Noah Cáceres might play tonight. We'll see how he did after warm-ups, but quite a few starters for the Panthers are out here for the Weslaco High Panthers here this evening.
And tonight we see South there in their uniforms, look kind of like the Raiders, right? Yeah, the silver and gold, so to speak. And, of course, the Panthers in their road uniforms, basically white with the purple numerals and purple helmet. And the Panthers will get the ball to kick off. Or get the ball, I should say, during the kickoff. They'll be on offense first. They'll be heading toward the scoreboard side of the field, the south end zone, which is almost in Mexico, right?
Yes.
We're right on the border of the Rio Grande.
Really, we can see it from here.
Yeah. And glad to be here. And Weslaco, of course, ready to get underway. And the kicker tonight, he does all of the kicking duties, is David Diaz, also a very good wide receiver.
Yeah.
Very talented young man. So we're about to get underway in just a moment. And also, we know the home team, they've got some injury problems, and Football Fred will go and talk about them in a little while. And we'll get the kickoff. It's muffed, but it's picked up and taken to about the 34-yard line. So that's where Weslaco will start 1st and 10. And it looked like Landon Solis.
Yeah, that was actually Ryan Gonzalez who dropped it at around the 20, but he's got so much speed, another track guy on the team.
Yeah.
Picked up some good yardage.
Amazing talent as far as track.
Right.
All right, the quarterback, as usual, Andres Sepulveda. Nice article written earlier this week in the Monitor.
Very much so.
About him. We appreciate what they did for him. And he is going to have in the backfield tonight a young man that did good last week, Eli Rodriguez, scored his first touchdown at the varsity level, and he'll get the ball first on the spread formation. He is only going to get about 2 or 3 yards.
Yeah, and so he is now the next man up, as Coach Stroman said. Look, we lost Jeremy. He'll be back for the district game against Harlingen in a couple of weeks. Cesar Gomez was the backup running back, so he is out, obviously, with a season-ending injury. So, yeah, next man up, that's Eli Rodriguez. We'll have other characters as they come up. We'll introduce them to you as well.
That's right. Last week, 15 carries for 74 yards and a touchdown. Again, the first touchdown of his career, and it's going to be a handoff again. And this time, we're going to see it's going to go for a first down, and it may go all the way. Actually, he is going to go down to about the 30-yard line, so he gets about 35 yards on that play. What a nice run.
And really nothing special about it except some exceptional blocking and then the strength. Now, we saw this young man, and we keep talking about it early on in the season, and the chances of him playing were very small because of what Lanate had. But now you can see a little bit of the power, a little bit of the speed. Eli Rodriguez, big first down.
At the 35-yard line, Donnie Lincoln in motion. He'll line up in the slot on the left side. And this time dropping back to pass is Sepulveda, and he is going to get it down to about the 18-yard line, and that is going to be another first down, gain of about 12, that is. Gabriel Renteria Garcia with the reception.
And they really want to make a really good effort to try to get him involved as much as possible tonight. He will have, as Coach mentioned, an opportunity or two to make some plays. We saw it there.
All right, so it's going to be a first down and 10. Ball at the 18-yard line is where they mark it, and it is in the territory of United South. Man in motion, and here is the snap. It was Stroman in motion. This time Sepulveda will keep the ball. He'll dive ahead for about 6 or 7 yards. Of course, Sepulveda can also rush the ball as well as pass.
Yeah.
And it's good to see that he's going to be doing a little bit of both tonight.
He's grown up right before our eyes. That's a couple of, I call the Edinburgh game as a turning point for him. And tonight he's running tougher, he's running harder, better overall play by him.
Okay, 2nd down and 4 to go. A ball at the 12-yard line. He's rushed for several touchdowns this season. And this time he is going to keep the ball, and he will get inside the 10 to about the 7-yard line. Looks like it's enough for the 1st down.
This is something he's figured out, and I go back to what Coach Stroman told us, not this week, but last week. We'll talk a little bit more about what he said this week. But he said last week, look, he's figuring out that he doesn't have to be on a 7-on-7 team where you go all the time 100% miles an hour. Find your guys. Nothing there. Hey, you can also run. That's okay to do.
Sepulveda averaged 4 yards a carry last week, 9 carries for 35 yards and a touchdown on the season, 30 carries for 135 yards and 3 touchdowns. Of course, Jeremy Perez out tonight. He has accounted for a number of touchdowns this year and also 342 yards, but again, Eli Rodriguez taking his spot. Sepulveda has the snap, and he'll get down to about the 5-yard line, so it's going to be 2nd and goal to go from the 5.
Why not? That's been working. That little space, the little area there has been open for him. Now a change at running back. This will tell you we're going to see a little different. Welcome back, Ethan. Ethan Cardenas, number 5. Yeah, you've seen him at quarterback. Yeah. You've seen him as a defensive player. Now you see him in the backfield.
Cardenas this year, 7 carries for 3 yards and a touchdown, so not much at that position. Been a Wildcat quarterback at times, and there's going to be another rushing play, and Eli Rodriguez will get down to the 3, so it's going to be 3rd and goal from the 3.
Coach Stroman, I'll tell you what he said in part this week about him. He said, look, you know how big this kid is? You ever stood next to him? I said, yeah, I have. And he said, well, you know how big this young man is, and he can run. He's strong. And so we saw it there going right into the middle of that defense for United South.
And Eli pumped this with me before the game, so I hope I gave him some good luck.
There you go.
Actually, they're going to move the ball back to the 4, so only gain about 1 on that play. And again, 3rd and goal. And they do have a slot on the right side. Rodriguez lined up next to Sepulveda in the shotgun formation back around the 10-yard line, and we are going to have a timeout. So we are going to have 3rd and goal to go from the 4-yard line, and that timeout was taken by United South. So they have 2 left. Weslaco has all 3. And this time Sepulveda is going to run around the left side, and he's going to get in. He walks in on his own. It is a 4-yard touchdown. And so it is going to be the Panthers of Weslaco getting on the scoreboard first. And that is going to be another touchdown for him this season, rushing about his 4th. Extra point attempt coming up. That is going to be Angel Lopez, and he's done very good this season. Remember, very early on, I think the first couple games, hit about 3 field goals from over 40 yards. And let us see what happens.
Impressive young man.
Royce Stroman going to hold the ball back at the 10-yard line. Extra point attempt, of course, 20 yards. It's up, and it is good. So we have 7:47. I feel like I'm talking about an airplane here. 7:47 left here in the first quarter, and Weslaco, they get up ahead very quickly, 7-0 over United South. This is a K-West production. What'd you think about that drive, football?
Impressive. Impressive. This is exactly where the Panthers left off against Sheridan last week. As they came up, different characters now. Obviously, we see different players. Mikai's not out there, as we mentioned in the beginning of the broadcast. Jeremy, the running back, Jeremy Bettis is not there as well on concussion protocol. But the characters change. The game is a little different because the game, well, stays the same, but the characters change. So we see Ethan now, who, by the way, threw a massive block on that run that made Andy get there and score the touchdown. He was playing fullback on that play. So we already starting to see the benefits that come from bringing in other players that don't usually start at that spot. Impressive first drive for Weslaco High.
And remember, this team, United South, has scored almost like over 20 points every game. The problem is they've given up over 20 points. So you can score on them. Even talking to their coach before the game, he mentioned that has been a problem on defense. But again, as Football Fred mentioned, they've had a lot of injuries. Angel Lopez will kick it off into the end zone by the big screen. We've been here before for playoff games and stuff. A beautiful facility. Glad to be here again. I do want to mention Ram
Hernandez.
He works here.
He oversees basically the operations of the stadium.
And he put us in a real nice spot for Vinny, our videographer, to do his job shooting the game, so to speak.
Very much obliged to you, sir.
Yeah,
Very
and
much.
of course, we have a nice position here to broadcast it. So it's going to be 1st and 10, ball at the 25-yard line, and we'll have to see what United South does on this possession. Luis Cisneros is the quarterback, and he is going to drop back, has a receiver open at about the 38-yard line, and that's all that goes, but it's going to be good for a first down, pickup of about 13 on the play, and I believe that was Carl Segovia, right?
Yeah, they call him Charlie. Yeah. So Charlie Segovia, he's one of these guys that is going to be one of the go-to guys, along with Benavides, who we'll see in a minute. But yeah, excellent throw, had time, found a spot in there. Coach, as a matter of fact, mentioned him as one of the players to watch on our list, so we're watching him. First play, big play to him.
Right, their first play on offense. Of course, Weslaco scored on the opening possession. Again, 7:10 clock running in the first quarter. Weslaco over United South 7-0. Good contingent of fans from Weslaco joining us, including the full band. Saw the buses pull in and took us a while to make a left turn. And now we have a running play, and it is only going to go for a couple of yards. And Weslaco good on the defensive line on lateral pursuit. And again, not much doing on that one. I believe that was number 4, Brandon Benavides. Remember, he was a healthy scratch last week.
Right, so
did not play against Harlingen.
Should be ready to go this week.
I may have said that they're 0-4. Actually, that is what Max Prep says. Coach Koss says they're 0-3 with a no contest.
That's right.
The Harlingen game, because of bad weather, got stopped with Harlingen leading 21-7. So we want to make that clear. Coach Koss thinks it's 0-3 and a no contest. That's a passing play good for about 3 yards down to the 45-yard line. And I believe, I'm trying to see who that was. Did you see, Fred?
Yeah, that's away from us, really out there. And that looks to be Joaquin Montemayor,
okay.
12.
All right.
Yeah. And, you know, it's interesting already to see Noah Cáceres, who we thought we might not see tonight. Coach Stroman said, look, we might play him a little bit. We don't know how many snaps we're going to give him, but he's out there now.
3rd and 8 at the 40-yard line. Montemayor, by the way, 7 catches, 60 yards, and a touchdown this season. So, again, clock moving, 6:16 here in the opening quarter. Spread formation at the backfield. We have Benavides along with the quarterback. We have a slot on the far side, and there's going to be a whistle. Delay of game. So our first penalty of the night, I believe.
Well, they might have just gotten the timeout in.
Okay, did they get the timeout in time?
Yeah, I saw the zeros, but I didn't see Coach Koss signaling for timeout.
Now, let me very quickly talk about the United South game so far. And they lost to Bourne 27-22, Flower Bluff 27-20, PSAJ North 26-21, and of course Harlingen was leading 21-7 with the no contest. What do you think about that competition and those scores?
That's a tough competition. That you've got people that have been just not in the playoffs, but they go 2-3 rounds deep. You know, we're talking about Bernie championing. We're talking about some of the other teams that they've had. These are not just any type of South Texas teams. These are real legit playoff contenders here.
And by the way, the colors for the home Panthers are Carolina blue. You like that?
Carolina blue.
Silver and black.
That's right.
All right. So again, only one timeout remaining for the home Panthers here in the first half, and it's going to be 3rd and 8. Pass play. A wide receiver wide open to the 40. He goes down to the 35. So that is going to pick up about 25 on the play.
Yeah.
And I believe that, again, was Segovia.
Yeah, that's Charlie. And, you know, a player to watch. And he has found a spot, a nice area in where the Panthers are kind of playing off, just right behind the linebackers, right in front of the safeties. That's what he's looking at. And 2 big plays for first downs now for Segovia.
Ball at the 35-yard line in Weslaco territory. Moving to the north, away from the big screen, if you're familiar with this stadium. It will be first down, and Benavides, he does not get much at all. He will only get a yard or 2. Among those in on the tackle, a guy that you really like, who was shaken up a couple games ago, Matthew Garza.
Yeah, he's one of those guys that his motor just keeps going. You know, he's just one of these guys that just doesn't quit. He just keeps going, and you know he comes over from a defensive end spot, crashes down, and then makes the play. Nice play by him.
Garza, 4 sacks on the season, leads the team. This team has 11 sacks so far, Weslaco.
Right.
He has 4 of them. So once again, it's going to be 2nd down, and this time a running play, and the quarterback is going to get a first down to about the 25-yard line, gets about 11 yards on that play. Was no gain on the first play.
Right.
Then gets, let's say, we'll say about 11 to about the 24.
Yeah, Luis Cisneros, nice recognition by Matthew Garza on the edge. Just couldn't catch up to him. He knew that play was coming. Just couldn't get out there. Nice speed there by Cisneros, really, and make that play.
And Cisneros, last week, 5 runs for 22 yards and a touchdown on the season, 23 carries for 135 yards and a touchdown. So we'll give him exactly 10 yards on that play.
Right.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. And Benvides is going to run the ball, and he's going to get to the 20 to about the 18, give him 7.
Yeah, and he's got some speed. You show it there. He kind of comes off to the left side, then jumps out wide and tests the speed of the Panthers. Devin was there. I mean,
Devin Hanks, right?
Devin Hanks was there. You have Vega was there. You also had Devin Fuentes, who was a playmaker on that defense.
So we'll give him 6 on the play. Benavides, ball at the 19-yard line. It is 2nd down and 4. Clock approaching 4 minutes remaining here in the opening quarter. This time rolling to the right is the quarterback, and his intended receiver cannot get it to him against Segovia, but overthrew him down near the 10-yard line.
And he was in a hurry, and it looks like he threw the ball in a hurry. That's because Devin Fuentes was on a blitz. Yeah, they've had enough of Cisneros kind of sitting back there and having to decide what he wants to throw. Let's see how they play this 3rd down.
By the way, Fuentes leads the team with 48 tackles.
Wow.
So that's a bunch. And now we are going to have 3rd down and 4 at the 19-yard line. Have to go to the 15 of Weslaco to get the 1st down. Again, signals being barked out. Here's a pass to the right side, a little screen pass, and it goes nowhere. Tackled right at the 20-yard line is Benavides.
Yeah, Evan Zamora, it's interesting. Evan Zamora is a linebacker by trade, but he's been coming up and playing that special spot on the end, which is the defensive end spot, because they're trying to keep the quarterback from running. A little bit more speed on that edge with Evan. So a nice play there by him.
Yeah, loss of 1 on that play.
Yeah.
-1 on the pass, 4th down and 5. And now we'll have to see if we are going to have a kick coming up. David Diaz does all the kicking.
And Coach said 35 yards.
35-yard line, he's okay. But I think they're going to go for it.
Yep.
Yes, they are. They've got a slot over on the left side. One back in the backfield, and this time rolling to his left is the quarterback, and he will get the pass down to his receiver, and he is going to get down to near the 1-yard line. So pick up on that play of about 20. That was Segovia, right?
That was a nice play there by Segovia, and really Zamora in there on that spot was on the other side on him. He just went after the ball and missed the ball. He had a chance at it, but Segovia went right through his hands.
1st and goal to go at the 1-yard line. 3 minutes remaining in the opening quarter, and it's handed ahead to Benavides, but he goes nowhere.
Yeah, that defense in the middle, especially when you have guys like Hanks and you have other guys in there that are kind of waiting on those things to happen. You know, you have Vega in there. You have the return of Pablo Cadena. Hey,
yeah, that's good news.
That's always good news for the defense. Right. So they're heavy and big up front.
By the way, Vega has 24 tackles this season and 2 sacks.
Yeah.
So he is also one of the big sackers. And Hanks, by the way, he has 3 sacks too. All right, it's going to be a running play, and this time, no go. Benavides again.
Quarterback sneak.
Quarterback sneak that time, okay.
Yeah, Luis Cisneros, the quarterback.
Okay, he got in. Did he get
Yeah, he got in there.
All right.
Simple quarterback sneak. Really, the Panthers were not anticipating that quite yet.
Even I wasn't.
They went right up the middle there. Easy touchdown, because really they didn't have anybody in the middle there in front of the center. So
Cisneros scored, right?
That's right.
All right, so we'll give him from the 2-yard line. Extra point attempt coming up. Diaz has it blocked. Let's see who blocked it. I'm trying to take a look out there.
Yeah, to me,
I can tell who it was if they turn around. It was number 3, I believe. Was it 2 or 3?
Yeah, it looks like, for me, it looked like number 10 coming off the edge.
All right.
It looked like he just came across and made a play.
Okay.
And that seems to be Jeremiah Salinas.
Okay.
He's one of these young players who started
extra
the
point
season.
is blocked.
Yeah.
And with 2:19 remaining here in the opening quarter, 7-6, Weslaco over United South. So again, both teams score on their opening possessions.
Yeah, I was saying, you know, these especially if it was from our point of view, Jeremiah Salinas could have been Devin Fuentes, but it looked like Salinas he's one of these guys that was an offense at the beginning of the year, but now he's made his way to the defense, and now he's a defensive back on this Panther team.
Well, that showed you something, bend but don't break. Yes, you give up the touchdown. This team has scored a lot of points, but then you have a big special teams play.
Right, yeah, and that's what you want to see from your defense. Hey, it's all right to give up some plays. Now, I'm sure Coach Stroman and some of the other defensive coaches, Coach Ramirez, will go back and see, okay, you guys notice what happened. When they needed a big play, you know who they were going to and what they wanted to look for. So those are the kind of things they're going to have to adjust.
So Weslaco will see if they can score a touchdown on their second possession, just like they did on their first. Sepulveda, 4-yard run. Weslaco on their opening possession kept the ball for 4 minutes and 13 seconds. So did a nice job. And then, I'm not very good on my math, but it was like over 5 minutes, I think, approximately, that then the home team kept it.
Yeah, nice drive there by United South. They put things together. They give you a couple of runs, a good run by Cisneros, a couple of good runs there by Benavides, and then Charlie Segovia really was the MVP of that drive. He was able to make this back. Yeah,
ball to 25, Angel Lopez. Let's give him some love.
Yep.
He's doing all the punting and extra point duties this year, field goal attempts. Usually in the past, we had a quarterback doing the punting duties, but this year, Weslaco has broke tradition. So Sepulveda, the man who had the nice article this week in the Monitor, he's a quarterback, got a slot on the left side. Eli Rodriguez with him, throws toward the left to the slot, and it is going to be a pickup of about 5 or 6 yards. We're going to see if we can see who got that ball.
Yeah, it looked like Donnie Lincoln.
Donnie Lincoln.
Yeah, it looked like Donnie. All right. And Donnie has figured something out. As soon as he catches that ball, he decides what side of the field he's going to attack, whether he's going to turn around and go left or come back inside.
You're right.
He's done that a couple of times.
We'll talk about some of the things he's done in the last couple games. 2nd down and 3, gain of 7, ball at the 32-yard line. He's had 3 touchdowns, for example, in the last 2 games. 2 in the last game and 1 in the previous game. By the way, 2 of the touchdowns were exactly 6 yards. I do remember that.
Right.
Okay, all from Sepulveda. So it's going to be 2nd down and 3. He goes back to pass once again. Has a receiver open at midfield, goes into their territory at the 47. So that's a pickup of near 20.
That's Ryan Salazar, who's filling in for Mikai Jones this evening. Every time we mention him, you remind me that he's a basketball player. And boy, did he go up for that one.
That's right.
Yeah, he's Ryan Salazar.
If there was a basket there, he would have dunked a football. All right.
That's right.
So,
nice catch, nice catch.
Panthers in the territory of the not Las Vegas Raiders, though they look like them, United South. And this time jet sweep, and this one is going to go about 6 yards. Nice twirl there, but getting knocked down is Roy Stroman.
I'm happy to see that. I'm happy they're using Roy in another capacity. Right. Roy is a very trusty wide receiver. He's open. He's a good route runner.
Well, he got 6 on that play, 1st and 4, ball at the 43.
Now you get him on a jet sweep, going from behind there. I mean, behind the offensive line. Who knows, right?
By the way, Lincoln last week, 8 catches for 76 yards and 2 touchdowns on the season. 12 catches for 143 yards, 3 touchdowns. All his touchdowns, as we mentioned, in the last 2 games.
Right.
In motion, we have Lincoln. Now we have slots on both sides. And a pass over on the left side. And it's going to be good for a 1st down pickup of about 10 on that play.
That's
Renteria Garcia, 12, right?
Yeah, Gabriel Renteria Garcia, the tight end, who will come off the line and play kind of in the slot there for the Panthers. Big game now. A lot of players now touching the ball for the Panthers on the offense.
Ball down at the 34-yard line, 1st and 10. Remember, Weslaco scored a touchdown on their first possession. So did United South. The difference is United South had their extra point attempt blocked. Now a running play. It is Rodriguez, and he's going to get about 6 down to about the 28 or 29-yard line.
We have our first flag of, right around the area of it could be a penalty here, where there'd be a hold.
I think this is the first against Weslaco, right?
Yeah.
They got, I think, a delay of game.
Or it could have been a face mask. I also saw something like that.
Oh, no, they called a timeout in time. They didn't get that delay.
So, so it could be, I believe this is going to be on United South, just because of where they're marking that. Yeah.
Yeah, you were right, face mask. Good call.
Yeah. when you see the unnatural move of a helmet.
Yeah. By the way, we enjoyed meeting the referee tonight, didn't we?
Very, very nice man. We would like to give him say hello to Eddie Ramos.
And you know what we liked about him most of all? A lot of things. I mean, he was nice, but also he used a term we used. He called himself the white hat.
That's right.
We love using that term, and now we know we're being respectful.
Now it seems to be okay.
Yeah, we want to make sure. Okay, back to the more serious note.
Yeah,
ball down
like
to the 14.
Time out here.
No, it's the end of the quarter.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so we played 1 quarter of play. It is Weslaco over United South 7-6. This is a K-West production. Well, Football Fred, what'd you think so far? We're about to begin the second quarter. Weslaco over United South 7-6.
On the second drive, I'm happy to see that they're using. Who didn't they throw the ball? I guess that would be easier to kind of say everybody got the ball. Everybody on offense besides Lincoln. You saw Stroman catch it. You saw great Garcia Renteria catch it. You have Ryan Salazar. Everybody on the offense got it.
First and 10 in the red zone at the 19. Weslaco now moving to the north end zone, away from the big screen. And Andrews Sepovia goes back, throws it toward the end zone. He's going to get it down to about the 2-yard line to Donnie Lincoln. Pickup of about 17 on the play.
Right now, and this going back to last week, and maybe even before that in the Edinburgh game, anything thrown in the direction anything thrown in the direction of Lincoln, his radius, if you would, he's catching. I mean, he's catching in the middle of traffic, in the middle of people, single coverage, double coverage. He is grabbing it.
Who would like that? Your geography teacher talking about radiuses?
Yeah,
that sounds like a geography term.
Every now and then it'll pop up. I don't know from where.
We're doing this for a high school, so let's be educational, right? Okay, it's first and goal from the 2. And this time it looked like, was it Sepovia holding on to it?
It looked like Donnie.
Or Donnie to Donnie. Oh, Donnie's in the Wildcat. Okay.
Yeah, they do their version of the Wildcat is having three quarterbacks or 2 running backs along with another receiver. It's a bit unorthodox. There's another word. Right. It's a little different. The way the Panthers like to run the Wildcat.
A loss of 1 on that play, though. Back to the 3-yard line, still second down and goal to go. We're in the first minute here of the second quarter. Weslaco over United South 7-6. Sepovia back at quarterback. He's going to give it to Eli Rodriguez, and he is going to have some second effort. May get back to the original line of scrimmage, which was the 2-yard line, so gained about 1 on the play. Yep. It'll be third and goal from the 2.
Nice running by Eli. He's
second effort.
Yeah, he's not a very big guy. He really isn't. He's just a young junior. So when you talk about him, he's got obviously some growth to do still. But you think about it, he's got some power on him for being such a young man.
And he is lined up to the right of Sepovia. We've got a slot over on the right side. Signals being called out. This time Sepovia is going to take it, and he is going to get in. He goes 3 yards for the score. So a rushing touchdown for him. And with 10-11 remaining here in the first half, Weslaco goes up 13-6. Extra point attempt about to come up. That is his second touchdown of the night. Remember, in the first quarter, he rushed in for 4 yards.
Yeah, run option there for the Panthers from Weslaco High. Bit of an unorthodox play here.
And they're going to throw it. And is it good?
Yeah, Lincoln.
Right. Lincoln got it. Did you see who passed it?
Yeah, it was actually Ethan Cardenas who threw it out there. And then you're going to see when you get the benefit of the replay.
Was Cardenas to who?
Cardenas went to Donnie Lincoln.
I thought so. Okay.
Now, what happened is they were setting up for the swinging gate. You know.
Yeah, and first let me mention the score. Weslaco now ahead of the Panthers 15-6, 10-11 remaining in the first half. This is a K-West production. Hate to interrupt you, had to take care of a little business.
Gotcha.
Now go ahead and explain.
So they kind of set up the swinging gate kind of where people try to get you off balance there. And they tell you, look, if nothing's there, go back and line up and kick the extra point. But if you see a mismatch or 2, then they have a play to run, and that's exactly what they ran. They had 3 receivers away from the offensive line on the right side. They had Ethan as the running back / quarterback. got it, and he looked like he was going to run, and as soon as that happened, Donnie Lincoln kind of quickly leaves his post and kind of goes into the middle of the back of the goal line, and basically there, and they were able to throw it to him, and in the end zone, he caught the ball there for a 2-point conversion. We hadn't seen that from the Panthers all season.
We have not. Remember the old song, Hot Rod Lincoln?
Yeah.
That's he's got his motor running.
He's got his motor running, that's right.
All right, kickoff. Going to go in the end zone. Good job by Angel Lopez. Going to be a touchback to the 25-yard line. So Weslaco has scored touchdowns on both of their possessions. 15-6 they lead, but then, of course, we saw United South score on their only possession. Again, 10-11, they begin the ball, have it for the second time. They did about 5 minutes on the drive they had the first time.
Weslaco is seeing, we've seen the Weslaco now how they address this now is now they know what Laredo United wants to do. Let's see how.
And by the way, this drive was about 3 minutes, the current scoring drive. So again, we are going to see what happens. Ball at the 25-yard line. Luis Cisneros is the quarterback. Couple step drop, and he is going to have it broken up. Try to get it down to number 3 out there. David Diaz, was that Silva?
Gavin Silva. Yeah, Gavin Silva, number 0. The Panthers are kind of now have an idea of what the United South Panthers are trying to do, especially when they go down to pass. They had some coverage there, and we saw Gavin kind of now taking away the short stuff. Gavin has come up now as a safety.
Oh, Silva's had a good year. Last week he had an interception. That's his 3rd of the season. So it'll be 2nd and 10, this time a running play. And it's going to get a nice carry there of 7 or 8 that time for Benavides.
Yeah, Benavides is this young man who's going to carry the team this year, especially with some of those injuries. He's going to be the guy they're going to look for, not just running the ball, but they also move him out of the backfield into a slot or maybe even outside.
Up the middle, 3rd down and 3. Ball now at about the, we'll say, 38-yard line. Have to get it to the 41 for a first down. Panthers of United South in their own territory. This time going to be a quarterback keeper, and it is going to be good for the first down, getting up toward the 44-yard line. So that was a nice gain, and that's about 10 yards.
Yeah, Cisneros, the quarterback, again, looks like they're comfortable giving the ball to Benavides. Looks like they want Cisneros, the quarterback, the young junior. He can also do some running. And then every now and then they'll throw it to Segovia.
Ball at the 45 still in United South territory, 1st and 10. Cisneros at quarterback. Kind of a mix-up there. Looked like he wanted to give it to his running back, but he had a visitor in the backfield real quickly.
Again, we say this when he wants to. Jeremiah Vega can just do that. Right. The running back and the quarterback were still in the process of giving the ball to the other. Well, the white jersey showed up with the big number 44.
It looked like he wanted to hand
He wanted to hand up. He stopped that play from even getting going there.
2nd down and 14, ball back at the 41. Back to pass at the 35. Man is open, and he gets it down to the 40, and that's going to be a nice gain of about 25 yards.
Yeah, David Diaz.
David Diaz. The guy also does the kicking.
Yeah, he was open going away from the sideline. Really it was either he was going to catch it or that ball was going to fly out of bounds, and he was able to make a nice catch. So
let's give him 24 officially. 1st down and 10 in Weslaco territory at the 41-yard line. 4 minutes gone here in the 2nd quarter. Weslaco up 15-6. This time Benavides has it, and he falls forward. Some second effort, got about 8.
Now there's a flag right about the 40-yard line. So we'll see what the call is here. It's interesting. I don't know if the Panthers might have been offsides. That could have been a
Which Panthers?
Right? The guys in the guys in white.
The good guys are bad guys.
The good guys in white.
Yeah, good guys wear white.
That's right. So we'll see what the call is. I mean, that's either that or the offense. On the offense, it looks like it's going to be on the offense.
Yeah, it is. It's going to be against the home Panthers. Blocking below the waist, actually, it was.
So that's interesting that this year, and we'll mention it, this is a big penalty. It's 15 yards. Now, basically what that is it could be an offensive lineman coming out to block, and let's say, for example, a corner or defensive back is out there. You can no longer in space go low.
All right.
So that's what they're calling now. That's going to be called
First and 10 at the 41 in a moment, because I'll give you a moment to get your thoughts together. There's been some movement because of injuries on the defense and some guys moving to offense, defense, and things like that possibly. All right, there is a passing play, and it is going to get back to the original line of scrimmage and then more. Ball is down to about the 35-yard line, and it was at the 45, so that's a gain of about 20 on the play.
Yep.
And on that particular catch, it was Benvenides.
Yeah, so one of the things that I'll give credit to is Robert Jaime, the offensive lineman for Laredo United. He was on the tackle.
Yeah.
He was trying to block, and Benavides just got into the back of him and really stopped him from picking up more yardage, as it was a nice screen there set up on the south of Panthers.
All right, second down and 4. Ball at the 35-yard line, back in Weslaco territory. 7 minutes remaining here in the first half. Remember, each team has scored a touchdown each time they've had the ball. We'll see what home team does now, and that's going to be a first down run of about 9, and Benvenides again gets it down to the 26-yard line.
And we knew this was going to happen. We knew that they were really going to focus on trying to get the ball to Benavides, and there's exactly what they're doing now. Nothing fancy, as you would say, right down the middle.
Ball at the 26, gain of 10 exactly. Benvenides has it again, and he's going to get inside the 20 to the 19-yard line, gain of 7.
And again, Jeremiah Vega coming up from his defensive end spot, making a tackle.
And nice off-tackle run, though, right? On the right side.
we just see Jeremiah Vega go on top of him, write him down, man. That's a big guy coming down on you, that's for sure.
All right, second down and 3, ball at the 19-yard line in the red zone. Approaching the midway point here in the second quarter. Quarterback has it, Luis Cisneros, and he will get it down. And good second effort. It looked like there was going to be a tackle at the 15. Reception goes down near the 10-yard line. And on that particular play, it was David Diaz. So that was a pretty play.
Yeah, very active. Cisneros is kind of rolling out, trying to get away from the pressure that Weslaco High is bringing him. No blitz here from Weslaco, just getting it done with their 4 guys down linemen that they have. So
United South can get a first down. There's going to be a timeout on the play.
A lot of changes here happening for the Panthers.
So ball at the 11, first and 10. Going to be a running play. Benvenides gets to about the 9, gain of 2.
Bit of a change there. Looks like David Diaz.
Oh, is Diaz in the running back?
Or Segovia. Yeah, I saw Segovia.
Okay, Segovia took it.
They took him out. They put him out in the backfield there.
All right. So it's going to actually be second down and 8. Remember, they can get the ball down to the 1-yard line for a first down. And Segovia this year, he's had 2 carries for 4 yards. So he's been at running back a little bit. So now he's got his 3rd carry of the year. This time, going to be a handoff to Benavides, and he's going to get down to the 5. He picks up 4, so it's going to be third down and 4 at the 5.
Coach mentioned it. We saw it in that play. How special Benavides is, especially with his patience and his vision.
Right.
You know, he's very aware of things that are going on around him, and he can really get down the field quickly. But he's patient, uses his vision very well. That's why you get to see he's a good running back.
We're in the 5th game of the season, and in this game he's gone over total for this season over 400 yards rushing.
Yeah, good player.
Yep. So it is going to be third down and 4. Again, ball at the 5-yard line. It's going to be a pass play, and it's caught in the end zone, and that is going to be a touchdown for Segovia. And for Segovia, let me look here, that's his 4th touchdown of the season.
Yeah.
Coming into this game, 9 catches for 130 yards, so he's double digits now for pass receptions.
I guess he was, when we asked Coach who was the players to watch, he wasn't kidding when he said Charlie Segovia, was he?
No, not at all. So extra point attempt coming up. They are not going to go for the 2-pointer, trying to make up for the blocked one earlier. Just going to bring in David Diaz for a regular extra point, and it is good. So with 4:28 remaining here in the first half, Weslaco now just leads by 2, 15-13.
Yeah. His defense basically has to kind of realize that this is exactly, if there's a positive from this, they are going to face, not next week because they're off next week, but the week right after, and they start district. Harlingen High, already thinking ahead a little bit, is going to bring something similar as far as the running game goes. They have a guy that they like to go to. They have a speed guy, and they have a power back. And tonight we're seeing the speed back, and the power back happens to be one guy.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they're bringing other people out there, and they're using Segovia out there quite a bit. Harlingen does the same. So this offense that we're seeing here this evening, not exactly the same thing that Harlingen likes to do, but it is very similar. And so this is good practice for the Panthers from Weslaco to kind of understand that, hey, this is where we're going to experience. As a matter of fact, you're going to experience that with almost all teams in your district. They have a very good running attack. Think about all your top teams, San Benito, Hanna, all of these teams will have good runners with a quarterback or good running backs as well. So this is a good challenge for the Panther defense.
Weslaco going to get the ball for their third possession of the night. Each team has had the ball 2 times on offense, and they have scored touchdowns. The difference, Weslaco had a 2-point conversion, and we see the home team missed an extra point on a kick in the first quarter. So the ball is going to be returned to about the 23-yard line, and taking the ball that time, Ethan Cardenas.
Yeah, Ethan is one of the up men. The ball did not reach further than that, but it made Ethan kind of make a U-turn and go back the other way. And then he started getting some steam and picked it up at about he went to about the 22-yard line or so. That's where the Panthers will operate. This is just their third possession.
Yeah.
Okay.
Scored touchdowns, as we mentioned, on the first 2. So it's going to be first down and 10. Weslaco in their own territory at the 22-yard line. Have to move 88 yards to the north, to the end zone, away from the scoreboard to go ahead. By the way, this is a nice scoreboard here.
It is a very nice one, yeah.
Got to give them credit here at the school. Segovia at quarterback, as he's gone the whole way, and he's going to hand it off, and it's not going to be much that time for Rodriguez. By the way, reading that article from the Monitor, they mentioned the first game there was an interception Segovia had 85 yards passing. I think he was 7 or 12. And they said since that time, since that first game, he's averaged like 125 yards passing each game. Isn't that impressive?
Yeah, Sepulveda really, we've seen this. We kind of every game that we've done this year, he's kind of grown up before our eyes. He's developed into something else. Every game adds something to his to what he can do.
Sepulveda now back at his 18, second down and 9. Going to pass over to the right side. Has a receiver open, and he's going to be out at the 45-yard line. So that looks like a 23-yard catch. Is that Donnie Lincoln?
That looked like Stroman, but I don't know if he was in. I don't know if he got his feet in.
All right.
Yeah, he didn't. He wasn't able to. Nice throw there.
Nice throw. Yeah. He was open.
Yep.
Open on the far sideline right in front of the Weslaco bench.
Right. Just ran out of room, Roy did.
Ran out of real estate.
Yep.
So it's going to be third down and about 9. Ball at the 23-yard line. Weslaco in their own territory. Remember, each team has scored each time they've had the ball. Still 3:41 remaining. 1 negative for Weslaco. They only have 1 timeout. Meanwhile, United South only has 2. Screen pass this time, and that was dangerous. Went off the fingertips of the intended receiver and almost looked like it was going to be interception.
Now, my question would be.
By the way, just 1 second here.
Yeah.
The receiver was Gabriel Renteria Garcia.
Went off his hands, right?
Yeah.
And then it's already been tipped. So can an offensive lineman grab it, catch it, and go? It's a good question,
Yeah, it's a good question.
Because it was tipped. Well, it was tipped by the same offensive player. So
guess what you need to ask with your meeting with Coach Stroman next week.
Yeah, that's a good one, right? Yeah, we don't have a rules expert. We didn't bring him to Laredo this time around.
Okay, 4th down and 9. First punt of the game. Angel Lopez, and he drops it before he can punt it, but he's going to run it, and he is going to be down at the 13-yard line. I don't know if he just fumbled it. It was a bad snap.
Yeah.
Could you tell?
Yeah, he just dropped it.
All right.
He just dropped it, and really, he was trying to do his best to get rid of it. At one time, he thought, well, let me run.
I thought he was going to be able to kick it for a minute.
I thought he was going to try to take off with it, but then he figured, hey, I'm not going to outrun any of these guys. Let me go back and try to kick it. And he tried to come and go back the other way and try to kick it, and he ran into a bunch of black jerseys.
So the ball is at the 13-yard line. United South has it in Weslaco territory, and right now the scoreboard has gone out.
Yeah.
So, again, they may have to keep time on the field. It'll make it a little tougher for us, but we'll do our best to keep you informed.
Yeah, the issue is that not just the scoreboard, but the play clock on both ends of the field are gone.
They still have the video on the scoreboard.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
and I guess the most important thing, the advertisements for the sponsors are still on.
The sponsors are still up. They always work under battery-operated lights if they need to. That's what the sponsors were talking about. I think somebody just unplugged the scoreboard. That's what happened. Hey, it's right back up. There we go. Back in business.
So the ball is going to be in the red zone for United South, and Benavides is going to get maybe a yard or two. Great defense on the right side of the line for Weslaco.
Players to watch that Coach Stroman mentioned was number 45, and he has been having an excellent season. That's been Esquivel, Luis Esquivel.
Yeah, he did talk about him.
Who's having a great season so far. You know, he's just one of these kids that wanted to play football, didn't get to play since after COVID, so he's been hungry, needless to say, to get on the football field.
So now you and him have something in common. You're always hungry.
That's right. That's it.
But I think we're talking a little something different.
Yeah, he's obviously doing it the right way.
2nd down and 9, and that is going to be, I think, the pass is no good. Lost it out of bounds. Had it for a moment. Incomplete pass.
It could have gotten anybody. Noah Cáceres jumped that route.
Yeah, it was at the 9-yard line. I'm trying to catch the number of the player. He's standing parallel to my view right now.
Right.
And we'll give you his number, but it is going to be 3rd down and 9. As soon as he turns around, we'll give you who it was.
And Noah Cáceres again was a player.
We didn't know if he was going to play tonight.
Right. The coach said we're going to warm him up earlier and see how he does.
Yeah, real quickly, that was Montemayor.
Yeah,
Montemayor.
Joaquin Montemayor. You're right.
Yeah.
That number 12 was the intended receiver on the previous play.
All right, so 3rd down and 9. But even if they get a field goal, they'll take the lead. And that time it's a screen pass, and it is going to go down to the 3-yard line. Looks like it's going to be a 1st down, got about 10 yards. And I believe that, Montemayor again on the play.
The Panthers brought the blitz, brought Devin Fuentes from the opposite side. Just didn't get there quick enough to let the South Panthers get their offense going with a quick screen.
So 1st and goal to go at the 2-yard line. We see the home team still has 2 timeouts, plenty of time. Clock is running, approaching 2 minutes remaining here in the first half again. Weslaco ahead by 2, 15-13. So we have trips on the left side, haven't seen that much tonight. And it's going to be back to the quarterback, and he is going to go right up the middle and get the touchdown untouched. Luis Neros gets that touchdown, and it was from 2 yards out, and so the home team will take the lead with the extra point attempt coming up in just a moment.
Basically the same type of play that they scored the 2nd touchdown on.
Right. So Cisneros has his 2nd touchdown of the game, 3rd touchdown of the season as a rusher.
Right.
Diaz with the extra point attempt. It's up and high, and it is good. So exactly 2 minutes remaining here in the first half, and we see that United South has scored on all 3 of their possessions tonight, touchdowns. Weslaco on 2 out of the 3, and right now the home team leads 20-15. Weslaco getting the ball back with 1 timeout.
Yeah, and you know, that turnover, that drop really by the punter was the reason that the South Panthers were able to come and get in.
They won the, the field possession game.
Right, and they were able to take it in from as deep as you can get.
Well, it was at like the 13 or 14-yard line when they got it back. 13, I believe.
Yeah, so that gives them a short field. This offense has been playing pretty good. I mean, they've been sticking to the game plan, and whatever Coach Koss mentioned, hey, our offense is gonna go on depending on what they give us. We're gonna look at what they give us, and whatever's available, we're gonna take. So,
by the way, nice tat work on him, huh?
Yeah, he was.
For our fans that like tattoos, we got to give equal time to everybody.
I didn't know he was a tat guy.
Yeah. Wow. So no, but good luck. Whoever his person was, or people that have done it, did a nice job. All right, new era, right?
New era, yeah.
Okay, 20-15. Diaz going to kick off from his own 40. Weslaco definitely going to be in the 2-minute offense because there's 2 minutes left. Ball is going to be kicked short, and it is going to be brought back to the 38-yard line, where Weslaco will start 1st and 10. There is going to be a flag out there. Donnie Lincoln had the ball.
Yeah, what could have been very good field position from the 40 is going to go backwards. There was looks like a push in the back by, or blocking in the back by the Panthers. That's going to back him up from pretty good, really starting field position here.
The only time a push in the back is good involving a football situation is when we have to get to the stadium and have to push you ahead to get through the buffet
That's
line.
right. You got to get out of here. That's a block, intentional block.
Yeah. But in all seriousness, here it is, personal foul. So it's a personal foul against the kicking team, right?
Yeah, it's a late hit.
Or late hit.
So, same result, basically. And now that takes you out of real good field position.
Yeah, I mean
now,
the receiving team, not the kicking team. A penalty against the receiving team, which is the Panthers. So, Panthers, can't say snake bitten, I guess panther bitten?
Panther bitten?
Yeah, because what they had the bad situation with the punt, and now on the kickoff, with only one timeout, they're back at the 24-yard line, 1st and 10. Sepulveda all the way at quarterback. He is going to throw it up the middle and missed his intended receiver, who was open in the middle of the field, but just couldn't get the ball to him. I don't know if there was a lot of pressure. Roy Stroman waving his arms, wanting the ball. It just didn't happen.
Yeah.
There's the replay we see on the screen.
Yeah, that was very
nice
throw.
He didn't have a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
He just didn't, it was off on his throw.
Right, they just kind of had to bring it down a little bit, a little too high there for Roy Stroman, but he was wide open in the middle of the field.
And yes, most people would know this, but that is the coach's son, and really been with his father. Kind of, they think a lot alike, don't they?
Yeah, he knows this offense.
Yeah.
And he's out there, another set of eyes for Coach Stroman.
2nd down and 10. And the ball is going to be a 1st down. And that was Donnie Lincoln. I believe it's going to be a 1st down. It'll be close.
Might be just a foot short, maybe.
All right.
I mean, I don't know.
Well, call 9. Pickup of 9. Clock running, though. 1:38 moving along. And it's going to be up near the 33-yard line. I remember, by the way, Stroman saying that he likes Aaron Rodgers over Tom Brady. You remember that interview?
Yeah.
Those two quarterbacks go against each other this week.
That's right. That's weekend.
Remember that? Yeah. I saw Tom Brady this past weekend, by the way. What an honor to see him again. That pass is good for the 1st down to the 45-yard line. I'm trying to see who caught that pass.
That's Gabriel Renteria Garcia. Yeah, the tight end against slot.
Yeah.
He kind of plays that edge, really nice catch.
Yes, it was a very nice. It was close to 20 yards. So 1st and 10 in United South Territory. Clock approaching 1 minute remaining here in the 1st half. And this time dropping back to pass. Sepulveda, now he pulls it down, and he is going to be tackled for about a 3-yard loss. Let's see if we can see who it is at the far end of the field.
Yeah, that was away from us, as far as right in front of the bench there. And that's one of the guys that Coach mentioned, and another starter to watch, for players to watch. That's Esteban Gonzalez, number 14.
Open field tackle. Yep. Great ankle tackle.
Number 14, he moved from safety to linebacker. Esteban Gonzalez, player to watch. Also feeling him out here this evening on a good tackle.
And somebody took a timeout.
It looks like a flag as well.
Flag, okay.
Yeah, it looks like it.
All right. There was a loss of several yards on that play, by the way. Personal foul. Okay, hit below the waist against the offense. So that's going to put the team way back.
Yeah.
And almost you think pretty soon, I don't know what you do in high school, but soon you might just think of regrouping and going to the locker room rather than making another turnover that could really put the momentum in the home team's
try to
way.
run the ball and run the clock out.
Do you agree with that?
Yeah, that would definitely be the case here. I mean, the only problem is the South Panthers do have 2 timeouts still remaining.
Well, he's going to go back to pass. Sepulveda with a screen. It was a safe pass, though.
Right.
And it's going to be a run by Rodriguez.
Rodriguez
has it, and he's going to get past the original line of scrimmage down to the 45-yard line. So we are going to give him a gain of about 16 on that play.
He gained 35 going one way and going the other.
Running laterally, he did gain 35. Okay, so it's going to be 3rd down and 9. Ball at the 45-yard line. Before Sepulveda can get it off, there's a whistle.
Yeah, Coach Koss looked like he wanted to talk about it. Yeah.
All right.
Stop this little momentum that the Panthers from Weslaco High have gone on to.
Oh, yes.
Nice run there by Eli. I mean, we kid that how much he ran from one side of the field to then back to the other way, and then cuts it back across, and really does a really good job of gaining some positive yards from something that looked pretty much dead in the water from the beginning.
For people listening to our broadcast that may not be familiar with Weslaco's whole season, they are 4-0, all non-district. They shut out Mercedes 25-0, beat Harlingen South 24-20. Then they got by Edinburgh 21-3, and then over Sherryland 41-10. So except for that game against South, coming into this game, they had only given up 13 points on the season, 33 total in 4 games if you add the other game. So that's less than 10 points, maybe about 8.4 a game.
Wow.
That's what they've only given up this season, Weslaco.
Yeah.
So their defense has been impressive.
Yeah.
Obviously, we knew this was going to be a higher scoring game tonight.
Yeah.
Because as was mentioned earlier, I believe the United South has scored over 20 points in every one of their losses.
Right, they have. And so we starting to see that already, and Weslaco High is going to have to keep track of that and match that intensity.
Yeah. Each team 1 timeout remaining. 3rd down and 8, ball at the 46-yard line in Weslaco territory. Sepulveda throws it, and a little bit off the mark, bobbled at the 45, and that was an incomplete pass intended for Ryan Salazar on the sideline.
You got 17 seconds now, so, you know, probably I would figure, hey, do the punt this time, try to get the punt, get it off, and you know, South only has 1 timeout.
And remember, the coach told us their kicker is good from about 35 out. Not like Naguma.
Right.
Remember last week he in practice, he had hit a 66-yarder in practice for his team, and once in a game, the Sherryland kicker, he once hit a 53-yard field goal.
Right.
All right, that punt is going to roll, and it's going to be a great one if they can down it, and they do at about the 1-yard line.
That's exactly what you wanted.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That was amazing. That was a kick that time of, what is it, about 56 yards.
Yeah.
And I think he had one out of the end zone last week or the week before for about 66.
Yeah, he's been doing really good on his punts as well. And so now that backs up. Now that will dictate, obviously, to South what they do with only 5 seconds.
Oh, they're going to just put a knee down. The main thing is not to fumble it and wind up with a safety or even, in their sense, more disaster, a defensive touchdown for Weslaco. You just got to take some kind of knee and get out of here.
Right.
And go to the locker room with a 5-point lead. So they are back in the shadow of their goalposts. I always like saying that.
Yep.
Still the shotgun formation in the middle of the end zone. Quarterback will get it, and he is going to just toss it out there, even if it's an interception. It might have been a reception, though, at about the 28, was it?
Gavin broke it up.
Okay, he broke it up. All right.
Going to Segovia on that one.
Yeah. So time is gone. It is the Panthers of United South over the Weslaco Panthers 2015. Again, some quick comments before we go to half.
Yeah, just the only difference here in this evening is just that fumble on the punt. Without that, this would be a different game, but I think it's going to be an exciting one, a fun one here towards the end here.
All right, so again, we are in Laredo, Texas, and we are at halftime. It is a matchup of teams non-district. United South Panthers 36A, Weslaco Panthers 32-6A. And at halftime, it is the home team leading Weslaco 2015. We'll be back with second half action in just a bit. For Vinny Berry, our videographer, Football Fred, and myself, Scott Harrison, this is a K-West production. And good evening, and back in, where are we tonight? If it is Friday, we're in Laredo, Texas.
Yeah, the SAC, San Antonio, what is that, San Antonio? The Student Activities Center. Well, we're halfway
You're as
there.
bad as me. Along with Football Fred, I'm Scott Harrison. The only one that's really working tonight is Vinny Berry, our videographer. But in all seriousness, this is high school football, and it's non-district action. We're here in Texas, if you're wondering where we are.
Yeah.
And the Weslaco Panthers are the visitors, coached by Roy Stroman, I should say, and they are 4-0 in non-district action, 32-6A. Meanwhile, Joe Koss, he is the head coach of the United South Panthers, the home team here from Laredo. They're in 36A. At halftime, the Panthers, we call them the good guys because we're broadcasting from Weslaco, and they're in white. They are trailing 20-15. But again, in all seriousness, let's talk about the scoring real quickly. Andy Sepulveda, the quarterback for Weslaco, he started off with a 4-yard touchdown run with about 4 minutes gone in the first quarter. Also, we see that then Cisneros, the quarterback for the home team, he comes through and he has a 2-yard run. Again, both teams scored on their opening series, but then the extra point attempt is missed, so it's a 7-6 lead. Sepulveda, then on Weslaco's second possession of the night, scores on a 3-yard run and a 2-point conversion, a little trickery. Ethan Cardenas throws to Donnie Lincoln, and all of a sudden Weslaco has increased their lead, but then a couple of touchdowns by the home team. And we see Carlos Segovia, or Charlie as they call him.
Yep.
He has a 5-yard touchdown reception, I believe. And then it is Cisneros with another touchdown run, Luis Cisneros. And that was with 2 minutes remaining there in the quarter, the second quarter. 20-15 was the score. And one of the keys on that third touchdown for the home team was the fact, actually the second touchdown I should say, was the fact that there was a muffed punt attempt, right?
Yep,
Angel Lopez couldn't handle the snap back around his own 13, and great field position, and that's when they moved it in. And right now, again, the home Panthers are leading Weslaco 20-15. So, Football Fred, some of your opinions.
Right off the bat, we see the first play, Benavides go up the middle there, and they were trying to exploit that in the first half here, come off of the first play, and really, I think that's going to be the focus for the South Panthers. They're going to be able to want to run the ball and take some clock off and keep that offense from Weslaco off the field.
All right, and another running play, Benavides, and he is going to get about 5 yards to the 50-yard line.
And they're happy to kind of either give it to Benavides or they like to keep it with Cisneros. They have success in those running plays. They're very fast runners. Both of them are. Benavides, we've seen him already kind of dominate here the end of the quarter, last quarter, and now in the beginning here of this one, they're already kind of doing their thing against Cisneros and Benavides.
2nd down and 6, ball at the 49-yard line. United South has it in their own territory. This time a pass over to the right flat, and it's going to be near first down yardage, maybe a little bit short on the catch. And on the reception was David Diaz, and again being stopped by the Panthers, and that was Gavin Silva.
They've been trying, besides Segovia, Charlie being one of them, and Benavides, another guy they've been trying to get in there has been David Diaz.
3rd and 1, and this time it's going to be a loss, maybe a 2 or 3 yard loss. Benavides, I believe, had the ball, and he is knocked back.
So actually here it looked like he was going to give to Benavides a bit of a trouble. A couple of things.
So the quarterback never got the handoff.
Quarterback never get the handoff. So Cisneros went down, and that's a big third down loss.
Right. It was 3rd and 1 now, loss of 2. So it's 4th and 3 yards in Weslaco territory at the 48. They're going to go for it, and it's going to be a pass play. And it looks like there's going to be a first down and then more. Some second effort gets it down to the 34-yard line, gain of 14 on that play. And nice catch by David Diaz.
And Diaz, and really a nice play there. Another young player now coming in here and playing safety is Joseph Banda, the young sophomore, as a matter of fact.
And by the way,
Panthers.
I do want to mention Diaz on the season, 10 catches for 177 yards and a touchdown. Did not have a catch last week in that game that was no contest according to their coach.
Yes, right.
Harlingen won 21-7 at home, but there was a big storm that got the game canceled before it got finished. So a pass play this time. Cisneros gets it right back to the line of scrimmage and not much more.
Might have lost a 1 or 2.
Montemayor got it. And again, he's been seeing a little more action late in the second quarter and here in the third quarter.
So you've got some guys coming around now for the Panthers, as we mentioned. We have rotating back and forth. One of the corner spots is Jaden Garcia starting away from us. The other one has been Noah Cáceres, who wasn't even supposed to play tonight, is playing the other corner spot.
Loss of 1 on that play, 2nd down and 11. Ball at the 35-yard line. Home team marching toward the end zone with the screen. This time the pass is fumbled but then gotten off, and nice tipping the ball away that time was by Noah Cáceres, the guy you talked about that almost didn't play, right?
That's his 2nd one already. He had one in the first half that just barely missed, and this one he just barely missed as well. He's due for one if you ask me. I mean, the 3rd one is the charm, they say.
All right,
so.
3rd and 11. A ball still at the 35-yard line. Snap back to the 40 on the shotgun formation, and another pass broken up this time, and it was by, was it
Noah Cáceres? Yeah.
It was intended for David Diaz.
So that was an interception, but that was a heck of a pass breakup. I mean, he had it basically. If it wasn't for Noah kind of putting his hand in where the ball is and punching it out, that would have been a big first down. Great play by Noah.
David Diaz is a kicker. Yes, he also kicks, is good from 35 and in, according to his coach. This attempt would be a lot longer, like about 50, so they're going to go for it on 4th down.
Roll out Cisneros.
Yeah, yep, he's going to roll it out. It looks like it was tipped.
Yeah, he just got rid of it, really. He ran out of real estate, and there was a lot of white jerseys.
Yeah, was it tipped?
Yeah, no, it wasn't.
No.
He just kind of threw it in the vicinity of a receiver because he had really nobody open.
We're kind of at the top of the stairs here, or top of the stands, and we've got the band in front of us, and they're doing a great job, the home band.
But are you kidding? It's cold up here. That's how high we are. Not just kidding.
The wind feels nice, actually. But,
it actually
but
does.
But their band is in front of us, and occasionally they're walking around or playing, and then they kind of block our view. But that's nothing bad about that. They're great people. And we enjoyed their halftime as well as Weslaco's.
Yeah, I asked them, do you guys take requests? And they said, yeah. I said, okay, I want to give you a list in a little while.
Didn't you already give one to Weslaco?
I did give one to Weslaco. We'll talk about that later.
So they have it 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. It's going to be a running play this time, and it's going to go close to the first down. Who was in there that time?
Yeah, that was Ethan Cárdenas, number 5.
I thought so, yeah.
And that's what they wanted to see out of him. A bigger back, different than Cáceres. I'm sorry, different than Jeremy Pérez, different than Cesar Gomez. You know, he's a little bit bigger, not as fast as some of the other guys. But once he gets going, he's tough to bring down. A bigger guy, bigger back.
2nd and 1 at the 44-yard line. Give Cárdenas 9 yards on that play. Andy Sepulveda all the way quarterback. And this time it is going to be, I believe, a pass play right to Donnie Lincoln.
Yeah, it was just overthrown, and the ball falls
He was
flat.
at the 50-yard line. It would have been a first down had he caught it.
Yeah, that ball just was really close to being intercepted there. It just hit the ground before one of their players. And that looked like Ray Trevino.
You talked about him. He's pretty good, isn't he?
He's a player to watch. Ray Trevino is another guy that Coach talked about, how he's been able, a young man, but he's been able to really get things going. They're counting a lot on him to lock down that extra slot receiver.
Lincoln in motion, right to left. Right now, quarterback has the ball. Sepulveda, 3rd and 1, and it comes loose. Ball is loose. Looks like it's recovered back at about the 34-yard line. Now loose again. We'll see in the scrum which team comes up with it.
And the ball was fumbled by Sepulveda, and then it was fumbled. It looked like the South Panthers had it. They fumbled it, and then the South Panthers got it back again.
So turnovers. Remember on that muff punt that couldn't be gotten off by Lopez. They got it one time at the 13-yard line. First half capitalized on a score, with a score I should say, and now good field position again after that fumble. Ball at the 33-yard line of Weslaco.
Yeah, excellent field position for the South Panthers.
Yeah. So South Panthers 33 yards away from a score. 1st and 10, 7:34 remaining here in the 3rd quarter, and the home team ahead 20-15. That's going to be a big run. It's going to be close to a first down. And let's see who had at that time.
Yeah, it looks like Benavides.
Okay.
Yeah,
to make sure.
Yeah, when they go to that play.
Yeah. And it was a first down.
Yeah, and usually the guy that's going to carry it most of the time, they're looking for him to make some plays.
Got exactly 10. So it's 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line. He's having a nice night. As we mentioned, he's over 400 yards for the season. Again, still in the backfield. Luis Cisneros at quarterback. Benvenides has it again, and this time he'll get about 3 yards. They'll call it 3 yards to the 20. So in the red zone now is the home team.
Before the game, Coach Koss tells us, and you asked him, so what do you plan to do? You know, what's your plan of action? He said, look, it just depends on what they give us. Literally, that's what it meant. If you look, right before they snap the ball, they look towards the sideline when the Panthers from Weslaco are set on their defense. Then they call their play.
So they're going to mark the ball at the 21, a little shorter than I thought. 2nd down and 8. And Cisneros rolling. He's going to try to get it, and it is tipped away at the last moment. I'm trying to see down the field who got it.
Yeah, that looks from here to be Jaden Garcia. One of their corners was out there.
And he tipped it away from the receiver at the last moment. Would have been a first down, I think.
So it's interesting when the Panthers set their defense, when they want to call a play, they look to the sidelines in the middle of the play basically and look for a play. So when coach says, hey, we're just going to wait for what they give us, it's literally wait what they give us.
3rd down and 8. Ball at the 21-yard line in Weslaco territory. Screen pass at the 20. And this is going to be near a first down. And it was Benvenides with it, and he's going to be near a first down before he's knocked out of bounds.
It's going to be about a yard short, maybe. It looks from I'm away from the sticks, but it looks like he might have, you know. No, it's going to be first down. I kind of we're off a little bit here from high where we are, but it was a hard hit by Braulio.
Well, he got exactly 8 yards to the 13.
Yeah, Braulio came up here. Braulio Peña really decked him. I thought he had gone backwards a little bit, but it picked up a first down.
1st and 10 in the red zone. This time a lofting pass into the end zone, broken up, or did he catch it?
Caught it.
No, he caught it. Again, they got those dark uniforms. Can you see who caught it in the end zone?
There's no way that far away from where
we're going to try to keep an eye on the receiver. I'm trying to keep an eye on him.
My money's on Segovia, but of course I don't have much of it.
No, I see him coming this way. I think he's the holder.
It might have been going away from us.
Yeah.
It looked like it was. He's been one of those guys that's been up there, either him or Montemayor. Number 12 is another guy who could very easily done it. So kick is up.
And it is good.
No good.
No good, okay.
Yeah, they missed that one. So 2 turnovers, right?
Yeah. So that was a tough situation.
Yeah, 2 turnovers, really. 26-15 now. The Panthers, because of, you go back a little bit of their 2 turnovers were very, very costly. Both of them have been deep in their own territory for Weslaco High. South, United South has dominated once they've been able to get into Panther territory when they give them that short of a field. The first one, the turnout was a touchdown, and here on that fumble by the quarterback basically turns into another touchdown. So those 2 touchdowns have come off of mistakes, really bad ones, and really, really costly ones for the Weslaco High Panthers.
Right, and so far 2 extra point attempts missed by Diaz tonight.
Right, so 26-15, you know, Weslaco
and that means like it could be a 2-score game. If you get a touchdown, get a 2-point conversion, which Weslaco has done tonight, and then kick a field goal, and we know that Angel Lopez is good from about 45 and in.
Yeah.
So it's not over yet.
Right. Good lesson here. Again,
5:50 remaining.
Finding the silver lining in things. Okay, these things are going to happen. Mistakes are going to happen. And these are 2 big ones. So how do we get out of this? What do we do? This young Panther team, Sepulveda and some of the other guys on offense, I did not see, and maybe just because they're rotating backs, but Eli Rodriguez was not on that previous play where the quarterback fumbled. We'll keep an eye on that. Obviously,
who was it?
Ethan Cardenas it was started on that possession. We did not see Eli Rodriguez carry the ball at all.
All right, that's a good point. There is the kickoff. And it is going to be Lincoln, I believe, has it out at about the 30.
Yeah.
And by the way, Cisneros has 2 passing touchdowns and 2 rushing touchdowns. We apologize, we don't know who caught that last pass.
Right.
But again, they've got these Raiders-style uniforms, but actually the silver's a little darker.
Well, the farther you get away in the corner of the end zone makes it that much tougher. That's where the black spots are at.
Right. But it is, again, 26-15. Panthers have the ball. Anders Sepovia is going to start at his own 31-yard line. And at this time, he will keep the ball, I believe. And it is going to go down to the 50.
We're talking about Eli Rodriguez. Well, there he is on cue.
Oh, okay. Rodriguez is back in.
Yeah,
right.
so he catches
so
and picks
that
up
was
a big
nice.
first down.
Let me try to see how much that was. Did he get to the 50?
He got right to the 50, if I'm not mistaken. He might have just crossed the 50 and got out of bounds. No,
Okay.
I'm sorry. He was short of the 50. It went to about the 48-yard line, more or less 47-yard line.
All right.
I'm trying to see where the ball is. 46-yard
All right.
line.
We'll give him about 15 or 16 on the run.
Yeah.
So it's first down and 10. Weslaco has it in their own territory at the 46-yard line. And this time, Sepulveda goes back to pass, and he is going to throw it downfield. And the receiver fell. And it was almost intercepted, I believe.
Well, the Panthers were, and Coach Stroman was asking for a flag.
All right.
I mean, he's out there at the 40.
So you think the receiver was knocked down?
They were both tangled up. From
okay, that was Lincoln, I believe.
That was Lincoln, and so, there was nothing really. Sepulveda wanted to go to him, and he just never really got off. And the reason was he felt he was held. And matter of fact, he was knocked down.
He was knocked down,
and that's what Coach Stroman on the Panthers sideline is arguing about.
So second down and 10. The ball at the 46-yard line of Weslaco. 5:05 remaining. Back in motion. This time a pass attempted for Lincoln. Was that off the mark?
Yeah, it was off the mark.
Yeah, because the direction it went, it almost looked like it got tipped, but it was just off the mark.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure applied there by Aiden Garza, the young junior linebacker for the United South Panthers, really. And a lot of other players now starting to come. They're trying to bring a little pressure now towards him. Like Lara.
Like that old Queen song, Under Pressure.
Under Pressure. Esteban Gonzalez, who's playing linebacker, also very active out there for the South Panthers.
So it's going to be 3rd and 10. Ball still at the 46-yard line in Weslaco territory. Sepulveda goes back to pass, trying to get Lincoln downfield and overthrows him.
Yeah.
Had a couple defenders back there, though. Had some pressure on him. Looked like Eduardo Salazar was one of them.
Well, the Panthers have opened up their passing game. They're in this one. They had a real good, successful run with Eli to pick up a first down, got them where they are now. And then they kind of just got away from that, after that pass play to Lincoln that the Panthers felt from Weslaco High it should have been a flag.
So it's going to be a punt, 4th and 10. Panthers at their own 46. Lopez will get it off from his own 35. And it rolls on the ground, and it's going to go inside the 10, and it'll be down at about the 4-yard line. So wasn't a thing of beauty, but got the job done.
Very effective, that's for sure. Yeah. So the Panthers here on defense now, they stopped. On the previous play, they were able to stop on a 4th down and get them off on downs. The Panthers from Weslaco High were able to stop the South Panthers.
Right.
That kind of effort is needed here to get the Weslaco High Panthers good field position for them to operate. Plenty of time, 4:32 left in the 3rd quarter.
Both teams have their full complement of 3 timeouts. So ball is going to be at about the 3-yard line, it looks like. We'll have to see exactly, but it's going to be first down and 10. Maybe actually the 5.
Yep, 5-yard line.
Yeah, quarterback in the spread, back at his own goal line, will hand it off. Looks like Benavides, and he'll just get a couple.
Benavides, something impressive about him besides his running ability and his vision that we've already seen here on display tonight, has been his ball control. I mean, for the amount of punishing hits he's taken and where he's running into, very good solid player with ball control. So
they'll call it a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7. Have to get to the 15-yard line in their own territory for a first down, moving toward the south end zone by the scoreboard. This time back to pass, and it's going to be a screen. I believe it could be Benavides will look, and he's going to be out at the 20 for a first down, so gain of 13.
Yeah, those screens have been very effective. This Panther defense for Weslaco High is aggressive, and so when they come, those screens will be set up for you. Will be able to be there. And Benavides, tell you what kind of runner he is. Picked up a first down, he went immediately out of bounds. He says, look, I don't need this contact. I did my job. I got a first down. Let's live for another day.
So clock stopped. 3:44 remaining. 3rd quarter. This time rolling to the left side. Pressure on the intended receiver. And the pass is incomplete. The intended receiver was Segovia again.
Yeah, a lot of pressure there by Devin Fuentes, and it looks like they're going to have to do that because they're rolling Cisneros out of the pocket. They're not letting him sit there because they know the pressure is coming up the middle. They got Jeremy Vega, and they've got Pablo in their cadena they're bringing pressure with those 4 down linemen.
By the way, I was looking at Benvenides. Coming into the game, he had 11 catches for 97 yards.
Yeah.
So he has been used a lot in that role. Again, another pass play to Segovia, I believe, gets down to the 22-yard line, push back, had to get to about the 29 for the first down.
And they're going quick here on offense.
So it's still going to be 3rd down, I should say.
Not giving that pass rush for Weslaco High even a chance to disrupt things. So they're neutralizing that defensive end.
Gain of 3 on the play. Ball at the 22-yard line. 3rd down and 7. Clock running, approaching 3 minutes remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Weslaco trailing by 11, 26-15. Cisneros, quick pass up the middle, and it's caught in a lot of traffic, and it'll go up to about the 31-yard line for a first down. Was that Benvenides?
Yeah, that's we said earlier how they use him from all over the from all over the place. That was Segovia, actually.
Oh, Segovia, okay.
Yeah, Charlie has been able to just get behind the defensive line.
He got what he needed. He got 7 yards, so it's first down at the 30-yard line. And more important, if you're a United South fan, the clock is rolling.
Right, that's exactly what you want to see if you're a South Panther fan, to make sure that Weslaco High doesn't even get rolling here. South is being very predetermined with what they want to run on their passing and running plays.
You know, when I did network games for Auburn and LSU, I always said, one thing I can guarantee you, the Tigers will win tonight.
That's right.
So
tonight it'll be the same.
Yeah. So we are going to have a running play up to the 36-yard line. Benvenides? So it's going to be a gain of about 5 or 6.
Now, this offensive line, a nice size offensive line, but very inexperienced. Coach Koss said, look, these guys are young. All these guys were on JV with us last year. So we don't have a lot of experience. We're hoping to gel, and we're hoping that it happens tonight. And so far, they've done a good job together of neutralizing that very aggressive Panther defense. 2nd
down and 5. A ball at the 35-yard line. And this time,
it's going to be intercepted.
Interception back to about the 25. So maybe something's going to start going the way for the Panthers.
And
was that Devin?
Yeah, Devin Fuentes, who's been all over the field tonight. Let me tell you something about this play. Devin kind of knew that what they were trying to do and what they're trying to do with their receivers, very short, quick passes out there. And he knew it was coming his way. He stepped right in front, and the Panthers have been close. Noah Cáceres has not dropped, but at least been involved in 2. And finally, the Panthers from Weslaco High get one.
All right, so Panthers have it 1st and 10. They're at the 25-yard line, and tackled immediately at the line of scrimmage is Rodriguez.
Yeah, Eli back in the game, as we mentioned. We saw Ethan Cardenas come in. We've seen some running by the quarterback, in this case Sepulveda. Now this is exactly what they needed, the defense to. Turnover is great. We just wanted us down. They stop on downs, but now that they were able to do this is even better. This is a great opportunity now for Weslaco High.
2nd down and 10. I believe Weslaco on the year now has 8 interceptions. The Silva brothers have about 5 of them. And it's going to be another running play. Is that Cardenas?
Yeah, that's Cardenas.
Yeah, so took it at the 25-yard line. Looks like he's down near the 20.
Yeah, Cardenas again using his frame, and then once he gets going and he looks and he's patient for the hole to open, he's fast enough and big enough to you have to go low on him.
Right.
You just can't hit him high.
And his knee went down quicker than I thought, so it's going to be 3rd and 8. Ball at the 22-yard line.
Now, you're kind of in field goal range, but you want a touchdown here.
No, you need a touchdown. Under 30 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. Sepulveda now has the ball, and he's going to keep it. And he is going to get over the 20-yard line to about the 18, but he's still going to be several yards short of the first down.
Right, so now the Panthers have a decision to make. Well, not really. That was quick.
Well, they're going to have time to think about it because we're going to come to the end of the quarter.
That's right.
So we have now played 3 quarters, and it is the United South Panthers over the Weslaco Panthers here in Laredo, 26-15. This is a K-West production. Angel Lopez has hit 3 over 40 this year. So we'll see if he can put 3 points on the scoreboard to end the quarter. Kick is up, and it is good.
Yeah.
It is good. So a 35-yarder ends the quarter, and it is now the Panthers of United South 26 and the Weslaco Panthers 18.
Right.
And we'll be back with the fourth quarter in a moment. This is a K-West production. And that's a kick back to the 3-yard line, going to be returned to about the 23. Kick returned 20 yards. By the way, Fuentes, we mentioned he has over 50 tackles on the season. Leads the team, had half a sack going into the game, but that was his first interception. So the leading tackler now also has an interception. Yeah,
and you know, I'll tell you something. You know, he talking to coach and he says, look, it's just a funny thing, and the kids like it because they remind him of how he plays. So what you ever seen the movie? It says, yeah. I said the water. What is the Water Boy with Adam Sandler?
Yeah.
It says, don't you see something that their linebacker is number 9? And so the kids, of course, you know, playing with him said, "This is what we call him, our own Bobby." And he loves that because that's the way he kind of plays. So that's an interesting thing, you know, amongst the team that they kind of.
So he's the water boy.
He's the water boy.
I mean, from the movie.
From the movie,
yeah.
and you know, if you've seen that movie, the intensity that he plays with, that's what you get from Devin out there.
Okay, so Devin is like the Adam Sandler of the team, I guess.
The team.
All right, so this is going to be up the middle for about 6. Benvenides. He's helped up, but he's okay. Yep. And he is really the workhorse.
Yep.
He could be also a key here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
If you can ride his back, so to speak, it's going to be tough for Weslaco.
As a matter of fact, that's you used the correct term that I asked Coach Koss when we spoke to him during the week. I said, Coach, he's your workhorse. He goes, of course. He's the guy. He's the guy we go to when we need some good positive things. So you're right on. All
right. So it is going to be second down, gain of 6 on the play, 4 to go, ball at the 29-yard line, and this time the quarterback's going to keep it, and he's going to get a big gainer up to about the 43. Took it from the 34, actually for the 29 to the 43, so what a gain of about 14, 15 yards.
Again, it doesn't look like anything fancy, and it really isn't, but the fact of the matter is that offensive line now is really starting to open up those holes. Now, going up the middle there, they have big number 78, Eric Gadasa, who's playing the guard. They're following him into the hole, and boy, there's some real estate there that Cisneros found.
Did you like the quickness of Cisneros?
Yeah, he's one of those guys that could very easily be another running back for you. I mean, he's just as dangerous as Benavides can be.
1st and 10 at the 42, and Benvenides, who you just talked about, gets about 3 or 4 yards to the 45-yard line. But as we mentioned in the third quarter, Weslaco, to try to tie the game, has got to get the ball back.
Right.
And they've got to keep them out of field goal range. As we mentioned earlier, their kicker's range, according to their coach, is about 35 yards.
Yeah, coach sounded very confident when you asked the question. Yeah, 35 yards, man, no problem. I said, okay, well, he might get a chance here if this defense for the Weslaco High Panthers can do something.
Gain of 3, second down and 7. 10 minutes remaining in regulation. United South ahead of Weslaco, 26-18. Quarterback rolling left, and it is tipped. Ooh, almost intercepted that time. Nice tip that time, though, by Evan Zamora.
Evan Zamora was in the area. Noah Cáceres was in the area. Gavin, coming from his free safety spot, had a chance at it as well. And I don't know if I'm Coach Koss, and now you have Cisneros kind of walking over, and he's gingerly walking over to talk to Coach Koss. And I don't know if that's such a big thing. Maybe it's just the way he moves, but I don't know if I want to throw this ball anymore. I want to let Cisneros carry it if I can.
Even on a 3rd and 7?
Even on a 3rd and 7, and just let Benavides and your offensive line take care of it for you.
Ball in the territory of the home team at the 45, and this time going to sweep around the left side. And Benvenides, he'll get up to the 50, gains about 5, but still 1 or 2 yards short.
Yeah, he's going to be short, and that's exactly what I thought you would want to do, and that makes it a lot closer now for you to bring.
Do you go for it?
Yeah, definitely. I would go for it. Are you kidding? I don't want to give the ball back to Weslaco. I want to. If I'm playing against Weslaco, and they can get rolling, and they can. I'd rather put things in my guys. I'd rather have, again, Benavides, who's had a monster game. Yeah, he's the guy I'm giving the ball to.
All right, 4th and 1, ball near midfield.
They are calling the play.
Yep. Cisneros Luis looking toward his coach. Benvenides line up to his left. And this time, Benvenides is going to get it. He'll dive over right tackle, and he is going to get down right past the sticks, it looks like.
Yeah, and the reason I said, look, the reason you go this is because he's been, averaging 4 or 5 yards a carry or so, 3 to 4 or 5 yards a carry, anywhere in that neighborhood. I mean, it's a first down if you got it now. I don't know where the mark is.
Yeah, we got to see the mark.
We're far.
Well, I think they're going to measure.
Yeah, it's a good idea. And if he misses this, if he's short, it's going to be short by literally inches. If
links of the chain.
Links of the chain. If it's short, I really believe that. Now Weslaco, I will tell you this, they didn't let him get going. I mean, he turned the corner right behind his right guard, and there was a couple of jerseys there, white jerseys for the Panthers to stop. So, yeah, they're going to measure it, and if he gets it again, it's going to be by a very small margin. Either way, I think it's going to be a small margin. But what would a turn of events would be here if it was a turnover? Would have been the second time that the Panthers would have done that, but we'll see. I just have a feeling it's going to be just a few things over and get a first down. I feel he's going to get enough. They stretch that as stretch can be, and that's going to give you a first down, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's where he fell. It wasn't very far away, and it could have gone either way, but,
I do want to take a moment here, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Cesar Gomez, who was injured last week, a foot injury?
Yeah. Yeah, he had a problem with a fibula.
Okay.
That's the official word.
The best, remember him thumbs up as he was carted off the stretcher off the field, and maybe back for the playoffs?
That's something that if the Panthers qualify for it, Coach mentioned, look, he might be back. We're not going to rush him, but we feel that he might be ready.
Well, we wish that young man all the best.
Right.
Nice young man, can play offense, defense, and this time, Benvenides, who definitely plays offense, bursts up the middle for about 7 or 8.
Right. And this is the last thing you want to see if you're a United South fan. You're already down a lot of starters on that offensive side. Good thing that Cisneros and Benavides and Segovia, those 3 main guys.
Somebody's down, I think, for the home team.
That seems to be an offensive lineman for South.
So United South has the ball, of course, in their Carolina blue, silver, and black. Remind me of the Raiders. And it's going to be 2nd down and 3. Ball in Weslaco territory at the 41-yard line. Weslaco, of course, in their white road jerseys with the purple numerals, purple helmet. And that time, almost a lateral. Actually, it was a lateral. Now throwing back to the quarterback. And he is going to go down at about the 39-yard line. Did he get the first down?
Tricky Panthers here, man. Right. I mean, this is a nice play. They drop all their offensive line to the floor, and then they throw it back the opposite way. But that play didn't fool one guy.
No.
Gavin. He said, I'll take this one.
I thought it was a lateral, and it was. That's the only way you could have. You can't have 2 forward passes.
Right.
So it was lateral to, I guess, a receiver, if I recall, and then thrown back to the quarterback.
So the officials are just going to chat about this.
Yeah.
But regardless, it didn't work as South wanted it to work. They were thinking a big play.
Yeah, it wasn't. Actually, it's close to the first down, so they're going to bring the chains out.
Where their offensive linemen hit the floor.
Yeah.
Weslaco is thinking they're going to one side, and they throw the ball to one side, but then they throw it back to the quarterback, and your defense by that time has gone one way, except for one guy. And he was the one who saved the first down play, at least what it looks like here. They might have picked it up anyway.
Ball around the 39-yard line in Weslaco territory.
Yeah, that's going to be a first down, sure.
Yes.
So but that play was designed for a big play.
Yes.
Not just a first down.
We call it gadget play.
Yeah. That play was designed for a score.
I feel like we're at home. They just had the Panther growl.
That's right. Where are we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what is it called? Deja vu all over again?
That's right, all over again. They just heard a Panther. Yeah. So that gives them a first down. Nice play there. Nice way to kind of see that, but it didn't work. It worked for a first down, but it didn't work what they wanted to. which was a bigger result, which in this case would have been a score.
So 1st and 10 moving closer and closer at least to field goal range, which would make it more than a one-score game. Back to pass. Cisneros. Luis has a receiver open for a moment. And it looks like, did he get him down at the 7-yard line?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that would be about a 31-yard reception.
And what a play there, really. Montemayor was the one
Montemayor
who was out
was
there.
the one that got it.
And really, the Panther defensive back was in great position, except that Montemayor came forward a little and really leaped and really won that one. It was just a matter of will here on who wanted the ball, because the Panther defender was there too for Weslaco High.
1st and goal to go at the 7-yard line. Clock running, approaching 8:20 remaining. This time, Benvenides has it, and he is going to get down to about the 4, so pick up a 3, and it'll be 2nd and goal to go.
So this Panther defense now has been put in a concentrated effort to slow down the running game, because their pass rush, aggressiveness in the pass rush has really slowed down. You know, so that's giving Cisneros a little bit more time back there now.
And Montemayor back in the game.
Back in the game, and you know what? I would not be surprised if they go back to him again.
They're going to have slots on each side. That's why he came back in. Remember, empty backfield.
Yeah, they want to spread you and then run up the middle. That's what they want to do. I don't know if that's exactly what's going to happen here. But
Luis Cisneros at quarterback. And I don't know if we've seen that formation yet tonight.
Right.
But there is a timeout. Maybe that's why there is a timeout, because it was a strange formation that Panthers were unaware of.
So basically what you see here this evening from this South Panther offense is what they do best. They spread you out. They have a lot of receivers they like to go to, and then they like to run it up the middle with a really good running back. In this case, Benavides, or they like to fake the Benavides, draw the defense to him, and then go the opposite way with the quarterback, in this case is Cisneros. Nice, solid game plan. The thing about it is Weslaco had done a pretty good job here until they kind of made an effort to slow down the run. That's opened up the pass a little bit more. And Cisneros has been on target with some of these receivers.
You know, we haven't seen, I don't know if he's injured or not, but Romero Quintana, he had 15 carries for 53 yards last week when Benvenides didn't play. But we've not seen him at all today.
Right.
So I don't know. Coach never talked much about his situation.
Right.
All right. And actually, he hadn't played much until the last game. So maybe that's the key. When Benvenides is healthy, he just doesn't play much.
Right.
So it's going to be 2nd and goal to go from the 2-yard line. Looks like the quarterback is going to keep it.
Yeah, he's going to try to
he doesn't get there,
push
though.
forward, but it's not going to get there.
No. Cisneros gets down close to the 1. 1-yard line. So it's going to be 3rd and goal to go at the 1-yard line. More importantly, clock keeps moving if you're a United South fan.
Well, really, Cisneros now dropped his helmet, so Cisneros is coming out.
Oh, he has
for
to
a
come
play.
out, yeah.
Now, do you call a timeout? Do you?
I think I'd call a timeout in this situation.
I mean, because it's a very important play here.
Yeah.
It's 3rd down, and do you call a timeout? Do you do the wildcat? I mean, you have Benavides out there.
Yeah.
And it looks like Benavides is probably going to be the guy who's going to take the snap anyway.
Right.
Yep.
Benavides will be the wildcat quarterback. And he will get the ball, no surprise, and he just dives in.
Yeah.
And he gets the score. So 6:48 remaining here in the 4th quarter. Panthers ahead now. We're talking about United South, 32-18. Extra point attempt upcoming. Well,
go ahead.
Benvenides, again, you know, I think that's his first rushing touchdown of the game, but you had to expect that maybe to happen.
You kind of seen him all over the place.
Yeah.
You wonder, what? This is his first touchdown. He seems like he's like 5 touchdowns.
I know. That's the point I was trying to make.
Yeah.
But extra point attempt upcoming in just a moment. And it's going to be a pass and incomplete in the end zone. So a little 2-point attempt is thwarted. How do you like that?
Yeah, it sure
thwarted.
was.
And, well,
that's interesting.
Yeah, no, that is. You know,
trying to make it a. You're thinking ahead.
Yeah. By the way, I just want to mention Benvenides' 5th touchdown of the season. So we have 6:47 remaining here in regulation. Now we have the home team, United South, ahead of Weslaco, 32-18. Now I got to ask you, this is a K-West production. do you have to really just have a hurry-up offense?
Well, you know, Coach did say, look, we want to win the game, but we want to get out of here as clean, is that the word? Injury-free as we can.
Injury-free is the good one.
So now you think a couple of things. Do we try a couple of things that we would like to try before it's
okay? Can I jump in there?
Yeah.
Yeah. You try a couple of things, but do you want Harlingen and your district opponents to see that? You know, do you keep it a little more? How do you like this vanilla?
That's why Stroman gets paid the big bucks, and you and
I
kind of scrutinize everything else that's going on.
That's right.
But the fact is that, you know, if you're asking me, I would go ahead and say, look. I think we've shown what we have to show. I think we've seen enough from this Panther South team to understand what we were able to do and what we were not able to do. Wide risk injury versus Sepulveda and some of the other guys on offense when, all right, a couple of weeks from now, you start up against probably one of the top 3 teams in the Valley in Harlingen High. So,
So you say PSJ North, Vela, and Harlingen, right?
Right. PSJ North, Vela, and then Harlingen right up there, followed immediately by another 32-6A team, which is the Greyhounds from San Benito, who are on a tear right now. It was Ryan Gonzalez.
Yeah, Ryan Gonzalez takes out to about the 35, and there's a flag on the kickoff.
Yeah, and so usually that's a hold, and they kind of move you even back. So my thought would be that you've been able to, you know, except for Cesar Gomez, obviously, who's missing the majority of the season. Everybody else is.
Let's talk about a couple other key guys, and we don't know if they're coming back or not. And again, Jeremy Perez, we haven't mentioned his name, but we said earlier he's out in concussion protocol.
Yeah, and it's a process.
Yeah,
it's a process now.
And then Mikai Jones.
He was out there this evening. He looks good. He just looks like the swelling on his ankle hasn't really come down as much. So they're going to take this game. Next week they're off. They're idle. So in essence, you've got 2 weeks to really get him ready, and you would figure he will be by then.
So several of the top offensive weapons, even though Gomez doesn't play that much offense, he's really missed on defense. Now, what do they do on defense tonight to replace him?
Yeah, so basically Cesar Gomez now is a two-player guy.
Yeah.
Plays offense and plays defense. So now Braulio Peña kind of gets forced into the situation. He has some experience there, so he plays a little bit more on your defensive side, and you move people around like Evan Zamora and Devin Fuentes go back to original positions.
Yeah, because we have to say this because he's going to be gone for quite a while.
Right.
All right, we do have a running play.
And so Eli Rodriguez has looked well. I mean, we saw him in the carry there, and that's the way the previous possession started. But then the Panthers kind of got away from it a little bit. It looks like they're wanting to throw the ball. They're spread it out again.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Was that Eli Rodriguez?
Eli Rodriguez,
I said the wrong guy. Eli Rodriguez had it, so he had a 5, and it's going to be a pass this time. It will be a first down if it's caught.
Looks like the official is going to.
Okay, that's Donnie Lincoln.
Yeah, they're not. They're saying it's not a catch.
All right, ball was at the 30. Looked like he got it to about the 35 or 36. If he caught it, that would have been a first down. Okay, what's going on here now?
Looks like a clock problem.
All right. So
guy in the white hat, Eddie Ramos.
Okay, so it's 5:59 on the clock. I think he wants to put it back to 6:10.
Okay.
So maybe they thought that was a complete pass like we initially did, and the clock ran down some more. But it wasn't.
Right.
And it's still going to be 4 yards, third down and 4. So again, incomplete pass to Lincoln.
It looks like Weslaco here is going to try to air the ball out. At least that's what it looks like now.
Yeah, well, they got trips on the left side. They haven't done trips much tonight. Rodriguez with the pass is tripped up at the line, and he will fall forward maybe for a yard. It's going to be 4th down. And 4th down coming up.
Yeah. It looked like a type of play. Are they going to go for this? Are they thinking, look, hey.
Yeah, I think it's all or nothing
we're
at this point.
We're putting all our baskets and all our eggs in one basket here? No. Yeah, it looks like it. Well,
all right. So 4th down and 4. Ball at the 31-yard line in Weslaco territory. So if they turn over,
clock,
it's going to be great field position. Trips again. Now one in motion. Lincoln in motion in the slot on the right side.
Yeah,
and this time there's a whistle.
Yeah, I knew that play clock was ahead of their play.
And by the way, I did want to say to you that Ethan Cardenas was lined up at the running back position next to Sepulveda.
So this is going to change things, I think, for the Panthers. And it was a 4th and about, what, 5, something like that?
Yeah.
So now, obviously, with the penalty, I'm not sure why Weslaco did not want to take a timeout. They have all 3. I don't know if they're thinking on defense or what, but they could have taken a timeout and saved that penalty yardage if you really wanted to go to 4th down.
Yeah, it's delay of game, obviously.
Yeah.
So it is going to be 4th down and 8.
Right.
Now you're going to punt, that is. Angel Lopez back around his 10-yard line. And we have the return man for United South back at his own 40.
Charlie Segovia standing right at the 40. He's been dangerous all game long. See if we can mount.
Yeah.
That ball goes straight high up there.
They'll let it bounce.
Yep.
And it'll be down at the 44-yard line. That is where it is down by Roy Stroman, and the home team will start again.
Yep. So this defense, once again, we've seen a couple of adjustments here for the Panthers. The Panthers basically, look, they're protected. The South Panthers have protected their quarterback. They've opened up enough holes to get Benavides and Cisneros big first downs when they needed them. And so, you know, this defense for Weslaco High, that's why we said this was going to be the best test of the non-district schedule, because this is exactly, we're going to say, strong running game, 2 good athletes at the quarterback and the running back spot, which is something you're going to see in your district.
First down and 10 at the 43. Benavides has again some second effort up the middle, gets him about another yard, and it is going to be 2nd down. Ball will move up to about the 48-yard line, so give him about 5 on that play. 2nd down and 5 coming up.
Time running down, about 4:50 left in the game, and I'm going to go back to that stat that when you and I were getting ready for this game, and something that Coach Koss mentioned that I feel that tells you a little bit about the program that he's been able to put together. I'll tell you after this play.
Okay. Clock down to 4:35 running. Trips on the left side. Benavides in the backfield. Going to be handed off to him, and he's got a hole, and he is going to get down to the 35 and all the way to about the 30. So that would be a gain of close to 23 yards.
Yeah, this young man has been impressive. He has been impressive. There's been an excellent blocking, and then he just hurdled somebody.
Yeah.
He just hurdled the defender. Benavides did. If you're coach, you're saying, okay, I've had enough of you. Come sit next to me. Yeah.
First down and 10 at the 31.
Yeah, and then Coach Koss does that. Interesting that, you know, they're 0-3 now. The other one, the other game
that one was no contest.
No contest. So it was nobody finished it up. It went up to the second
Max
quarter.
Prep will say 0-4, but we'll call it no contest.
So we got a new running back. We'll give him credit here as the new running back comes up, and we'll see who he is.
Okay.
Seems to be number 5, right?
We'll see. He is going to get down to about the 22-yard line.
Oh, there's Quintana, the one you were talking about.
Yeah, the one I'm talking about. This is the guy that played a lot last week when Benavides was out.
Okay.
We were wondering about him, but he comes in there and does a nice job. Gets 7, so 2nd down and 3.
So for the past few years, since Coach has been here now on his 5th year this year, they've started every single year 1-3 right going into the district.
Wow.
So
again, looks like
it looks like
yeah.
They're about to go 1-3 again, and every single year they've gone not just 1, 2, and last year they went 3 deep.
Every year he's been here, they've been 1-3 to start.
1-3 to start.
That's
been the non-district record for the past 4 years.
Quintero near a first down. It looks like Benavides may be done for the night.
Yeah, Eddie. Yeah, I would.
Yeah, I'd take him out.
I would
too.
take his helmet away. That's what I would do, just to make sure he doesn't go back in there. Yeah, we've seen enough for him. He's district ready. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's going to be 3rd down and 1. Looks like maybe a gain of a couple on the play. United South has 2 timeouts. Weslaco all 3 remaining. Clock running, approaching 2:40 remaining in regulation. And before the ball can be snapped, there's a whistle.
Yeah, it looks like a delay of game here.
And it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, timeout.
Yeah, timeout.
Yeah.
It's going to be 3rd down. It looks like a long one, maybe 2.
The band has left the building.
There you go. And this time a pass play, loft toward the end zone, and almost intercepted by Weslaco. Let's see who was out there.
Now just broken up.
Yeah.
Nicely done there. It looks like far away from us, but that looks to be Cáceres is on this side.
All right.
So if I'm taking number 14. That's either Evan De Luna, or that's going to be another guy that we've been keeping an eye on. Has been Javen Garcia, number 50.
All right.
So one of those two guys.
Illegal formation, by the way, against the offense.
Okay.
So the penalty's declined. So it's 4th down.
Right. So now do you just kind of play it, try to pick up a first down if you can, kill as much of the clock. You got 2:32 left in the game.
4th and 1, and that's the key. You want to try to get that first down because, like I said, I'm not sure we're going to see Weslaco take any timeouts.
So coach is going to take from this as much as he can, and like Coach Stroman always does, a teachable moment. Really, 2 turnovers changed the game. That was the difference of the game. These 2 turnovers, which were disastrous, for the lack of a better word.
And the offensive line tries to bull ahead the runner.
That's going to be short. That's going to be short.
It's going to be short, so Quintana does not get the first down.
So Weslaco High is going to get
actually no gain. No gain.
Yeah, those 2 fumbles were disastrous. 14 points that resulted from that, 12 points. I'm not sure if they missed, or 13 for sure. But those points really changed the game and changed the momentum of things. One was a bad snap, or a mishandled snap on a punt. And then the other one was a fumble by Sepulveda. And they were all deep in Panther territory, so it was easy drives.
First attempt for the Panthers at the 10, at 22, I should say. Far side is the run. We'll see who it is in a moment.
Now there's a flag out there again. Came in right after the play.
No gain, by the way.
Yeah, right after the play. So they might call a defensive. Looks like it might be on the defense.
Okay.
But of course, it's also in the semi-area of holding, so it could go either way here.
Yep.
But he threw the flag right at where the play happened, so that's why I'm thinking it's a defensive.
It may.
Foul.
Personal foul.
Yeah.
Personal foul against the defense.
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
All right. Automatic first down.
But overall, taking away those 2 turnovers, Weslaco High came in, moved the ball.
Right.
Defensively created some early disruption.
Yeah.
So that you take that away from this tonight as well as a positive.
Lopez with a field goal tonight. Sepulveda, a couple touchdowns. Here's a pass play, and it's caught, and it's out at about the 46-yard line, gain of about 7.
I like the timing that is being built, not only with Ryan Salazar, but Renteria Garcia.
Yeah, he got the pass.
These guys look to be playing together at the right time. We're hoping to get Mikai Jones, obviously, by the time the preseason comes around.
So 2nd down and 3.
Jeremy Pettis should be back. So this offense will get a 1-2 punch coming up during the district side of things.
So Sepulveda, a couple of touchdown runs of 4 and 3 yards. There was a 2-point conversion and Lopez's field goal.
Donnie crossing just right down
Lincoln
the middle there.
Gets to the 40, gain of about 15 on that one. And of course, Luis Cisneros, big night for the home team. He had, I believe, a couple touchdown runs and I think a couple touchdown passes. I'd have to double check, but I think that's what he did. So both quarterbacks had their moments. It's going to be now 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line inside South Territory. And Sepulveda is going to run the ball. He'll get near the first down, but a flag.
Yeah, I'll sort. There's like 2, 3 flags out there. Let's see what Mr. Ramos, the guy in the white hat, has to say. Hey, I asked him what chapter they're from because I figured maybe Laredo was a different chapter for the officials, but they also belong to the Valley, Rio Grande Valley chapter of officials. So they cover from Laredo down into the Valley.
By the way, let's thank the gentleman once again. It's holding against the offense. Let's thank the man that helped us get this nice setup where we're broadcasting.
We've got to give him credit. These are nice facilities that the folks here
Very
in
nice.
Laredo have.
By the way, the girls from Weslaco played their softball, some of their postseason action here in this facility in Laredo against one of these San Antonio teams.
So it's like a welcome back for you, huh?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I love these facilities.
It's a very nice facilities for not just the home teams, but obviously the teams that come in from out of town. And yeah, we're going to give credit as they set up a screen here.
Right. And broken up. Ram, right? He was his name?
Ram Hernandez, the man who kind of makes sure that the stadium is running and everything's taken care for. And if you need a chair or you need a hand, whatever it is that you need, he's available. And we want to extend our gratitude and thanks for making us feel just at home as much as possible. He was a very nice person. And so we thank him. The fine folks here, very nice, cordial people. Fans, very nice here in Laredo.
Even the officers helped us.
Very nice. They
were very helpful.
Very helpful people here.
Helpful to the police officers.
Yeah.
All right, it is second down after that incomplete pass. Now a running play, I believe, and it's not going to get much. We see the replay. Actually, a little pass.
Yep, quick pass there.
That was to, I believe,
Donnie.
Donnie Lincoln. So it's going to be 3rd and 20, just a few yards picked up on that. And there's a whistle before the snap. Yeah,
it looks like, I don't think the Panthers were quite set. Looked like Ryan Salazar.
And again, with this 1:21 remaining, we just want to see both teams get off the field healthy.
Yeah, and that's going to be good. That was the first thing on the list, right? Coach Vento and Coach Stroman, they all kind of said the same thing. Like, we want to play our game, we want to win. But we realize this is our last non-district. We've seen a lot from our guys.
Yeah.
Let's get healthy out of here. Let's do what we can. There's some good things, and then there's some things obviously that they're going to look at because again they're going to play similar teams in district that have this type of offense.
Yeah.
Andy wants to go deep.
Yeah, Andy tries to go deep, and it's broken up. So nothing going that time. By the way, Sepulveda coming into this game. Passing was 44 out of 73 for 548 yards, 1 interception, and 4 touchdowns. So, add his statistics today, won't be too bad, his non-district play.
So again, Coach will definitely, tomorrow morning when they meet and they go over film, they're going to see the mistakes that were made, especially with fumbles and especially in this situation, the turnovers. They stop not just to drive, but they let the team score twice. That usually spells trouble for a team.
All right, 4th down and 18. Has the ball, gets a pass off, and he is going to get all but about 5 yards back that they needed. And I guess about 13 gain. Who is that?
That's Ethan.
Okay, Ethan.
Yeah, Ethan Cardenas.
Yeah, on the far side of the field.
So you saw some things also from Ethan Cardenas. He's got some skills, a skill set that is going to help the Panthers during the district. Obviously, Eli Rodriguez really had a nice game tonight. So he brings a certain amount of experience and skills.
Now they're going to give him a few more yards, so it's going to actually be a 1st down. So good for him on that catch.
Well, it looks like now the ball turned over is a 4th down.
Oh, it's a 4th down. I'm sorry, it was 4th down.
Yeah. Okay. So now it looks like the
wishful thinking on my part.
The guys in Carolina Blue.
Carolina Blue
are about to end this game in the victory formation.
Yeah. So they'll wind up, as you mentioned. What is it?
1 and 3.
1 and 3.
Yeah.
And 1 and 3 in the.
This is the way they started every season under Coach Koss since he's been here now, going on his 5th year. They've finished the non-district part of their schedule at 1 and 3.
And Panthers will be 4 and 1, but 3 of those games are on the road, right?
Right. Yeah. Right. So you know, if anything else, if I'm the South Panthers, I'm thinking, hey, we're right on track.
Yeah.
You know, we're supposed to be.
And again, victory formation. So we want to thank Vinny Barry, our videographer and chauffeur. How do you like that?
Slash photographer.
Head of transportation.
There's a lot of slashes that we got to include.
We'll figure out what to call him. Wrestling writer.
Executive producer.
Yeah, we can give him a lot of titles. So again, we want to thank him. Want to thank you, Football Fred, for everything you do.
You know, it's been fun. I can't wait for the ride back. We're going to run into the band here in a little while.
They've got to jump on us. So, all right, well, it has come to an end. And the final score is United South of Laredo 32, the Weslaco Panthers 18. And 2 weeks from tonight, the Weslaco Panthers will be on the road, I believe 7:30.
Yeah.
They'll be at Harlingen, the second time we've been in that stadium. We beat Harlingen South during non-district play 24-20. So we look forward to taking on the mighty Harlingen Cardinals. And even though they've always been a great team, we've had some really close games with them over the years.
Sure has.
All right, well, Football Fred, unless you have anything else to say, I think I'm going to wrap it up.
No, this is going to be a good week for them to recover and feel better, and hopefully we have a real nice game against Harlingen.
All right. So, again, farewell from Laredo for Football Fred and Vinny Berry. I'm Scott Harrison. Drive safely, and we'll talk to you again in 2 weeks. This has been a K-West production.